All right, I'd like to call this meeting to order and welcome everyone to the City of Bremerton Parks and Recreation Commission. Today is Tuesday, September 23rd. It's our regular monthly meeting. Thank you all for being here. First up, we have approval of our minutes from our last meeting, which was August 26th, 2025. So hopefully commissioners have had a chance to review the minutes and take any motions.
Make a motion that we approve.
All right, we've got a motion to approve.
I will second.
All right, thank you,
There we
Commissioner
go.
McDonald. And all in favor of approving the minutes from August 26, 2025, please say aye.
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 All right, that will pass unanimously. And next up, we have approval of tonight's agenda. So unless any commissioners have any questions or comments, I will make a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
A second.
All right, all in favor of approving tonight's agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
And that will pass unanimously as well. Perfect. All right, next up, we have public comment. So if there's anyone here tonight that would like to address the commission, now's your chance. You don't need to, but if you would like to, yeah, please stand up and identify yourself, please.
Hey, my name is Kenny Billabong, I'm here. It's a club. Just bring up the space, group space. Let's see. Organize some polar events to play the team. Currently occupied overflow parking lot of OC campus. Permanent solution. Hoping to find surface that is adequate for us. Ideally, kind of like a tennis court surface. It's reinforced concrete that surface. Not only for us, but other activities that might utilize the space as well. Like I'm relatively have the same kind of issues and concerns and problems as far as people would move open flat spaces. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for being here. All right, anyone else? Please, yeah, if you could identify yourself.
Pat Kerber,
Thank you,
I've
Pat.
spoken before.
Yep, thanks for being here, Pat. Floor's yours, bud.
Just wanted to do a follow-up, Forest Ridge Park. We still don't have a sign that says we're closed from dusk to dawn. Like to know when we're gonna get that. And we have, we still have a lot of issues going on in the park. Every day, drug use and it's just sort of out of control right now. It's starting to calm down a little bit because we're getting towards the fall season. But it's issues that need to be addressed. I'm just curious about the barrier, when the barrier is going to go up. And we also need signs because there are people that race around on the trails, such as today. Visit on the big signs that are posted. I think it does say somewhere in there in little tiny print, I think it says no motorized vehicles, but people don't read that obviously. So we need bigger signs on a variety of things, actually. That's about all I have.
Pat, thanks for being here. Forest Ridge is on our staff reports and updates, so hopefully get you some answers here. Thank you, Pat, for being here. All right, anyone out in virtual world?
No.
I don't think we got anyone. All right, other than Commissioner
Oh,
McDonald.
I already looked. There's nobody there.
All right. All right, so next up we have staff reports and updates, and first up is Forest Ridge.
Okay. Pass this one on to Brian.
All right, Brian.
Thank you, Pat, for, continuing to bring us concerns with Forest Ridge. Really appreciate that. Also want to follow up with, our meetings, and listen to, some of your concerns. And so we have a couple of things to share with you today. So right now, I've been in contact with a gate manufacturing company.
Just a second. Jim, can you see the picture? Or are you
They're
looking
really
at a folder?
small. They're
Okay,
very
yeah, I'll make
small.
it bigger. I just want to make sure you weren't looking at the picture or at the, at a folder.
Yep.
Okay.
I got them.
So first gate was installed by Public Works today, as a matter of fact, and we'll show you pictures of that later. And kind of, I was out today, took some measurements, different things, and here's kind of what I have in mind and some thoughts. If you guys have anything that you'd like to share, I'm open to other comments, but we were talking about putting a gate across here.
Hmm.
And then we also talked about that kept them in the center part of the park.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also talked about putting one at the very beginning of the park as well. And so,
That's further down.
right about into
Okay.
here, somewhere like a post into here to about where the tire is in there. So those are the two locations, and I think those are the ones that we had discussed when we met on site. And then also just to share with you kind of what the gate might look like. This was the one that was installed this morning, right down the road, here at East Park. These do not come pre-painted. We have to primer and paint them, but installation went pretty well, pretty easily. So, so yeah, with that,
Local product.
so with that, if you guys have any other questions or concerns, as we could.
Just want to note that last month in your motion, you supported for one gate. And
Yeah.
having gone through and done the on-site, we felt that two was probably more suitable.
Right.
Yeah, we
so
were
then
talking
could-
about like some other kind
Yeah.
of barrier or something, I feel like at that.
We
Yeah.
talked about some rock
Yeah.
barriers.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Yeah.
controlling traffic throughout the
Yeah.
park.
Yeah.
Yeah. These gates are gonna be more of closing the park off at night with our night shift crew or evening crew.
Sure.
And we did talk about when you enter into Forest Ridge, that road to the
That's
left,
awesome.
we would put,
Yes.
we
That's
put
what I-
boulders there.
Yes.
Okay.
Instead of barricades, we'd do something a little more natural, like a rock.
Because eventually it's just gonna be dirt. The park comes up,
Mhm.
so they'll remove that pavement in there, is that the plan?
Not at this time, but
No, I meant not right now, I mean, when if Forest Ridge Park comes up for,
yeah,
it's, so that, then it will. take up
When we're
that
looking
space.
at doing a master plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So what's the need for the second gate what's the thought process behind?
on the
that?
interior.
Yeah, yeah.
So. Yeah, there might be able to best describe this.
So, it goes down years ago, you remember, you're kind of young, but all the roads used to go through.
Sure.
You know, and now they don't, so that if you're coming into the park and it kind of dips down and curves around, there's a
Yeah.
little cul-de-sac.
Yes.
It's a dead end.
Okay.
It's very hidden and lots of people park there.
Yes.
And it's different kind of people that are parking there now, and so if they have to park out up in front where the regular spots are, then they would be visible.
Okay.
And they couldn't hide and dump trash or.
All right.
do
And they'd be
whatever.
It's so that.
I'm
gate-
sorry, it's coming back to me.
Yeah.
This is gonna be like a permanently shut gate to where
Unless
Police-
access is needed.
emergency access is needed, or is the neighbor involved in that
Mhm.
gate?
Could be, yes.
They would
Okay.
need access to that.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Tracking now.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah,
we
so
wanna
during the
keep people-
day, that
Yeah.
gate would stay closed
Got
unless
it. Mhm.
staff. or
Unless
somebody needed-
something, yeah,
Yeah.
something happened where they need to act, or the neighbor needed
So that
access.
was.
Okay.
earlier. There's some kind of barrier, but then like our big incident we had a month or so ago, of police needing access. It would be imperative that they could open that gate
Sure,
versus having to.
of course.
Yeah, so
Okay.
the gate idea is,
All right, so that second one, the interior one's more of like a permanent kind of deal. The outer one is we're gonna treat that like we do at other parks where the park closes at dusk and
Correct.
the crew goes out,
Mhm.
shuts the gates, locks them up.
Correct. That,
Plus, if they have to wrangle people up,
Yep.
there's less
Yep.
coverage they have to go
Yeah,
and it's
Sure.
worry about.
underneath the lights
Yeah.
that we have in the parking lot.
Yeah.
things of that
Oh,
nature.
good.
So we're eliminating any parking of vehicles on that cul-de-sac, the north end.
Yeah.
Which I would love.
Just be pedestrian access
Just
only.
pedestrian, because there's, yeah. There's all-
But during the day, cars would still have access up to that other side road. But then come the end of the night, I can't think of the. It's not, it's part, it's in the
They would
park.
access
a
to the
little.
parking lot. And then that's really it.
That's, that's.
We're
It'll-
still
it'll
gonna
have
do the
the-
barrier.
Yeah, it'll still have
Eventually,
Okay,
rocks there.
eventually.
great, which, yeah, so we're shutting off that, cause I know that's a problem area
Yeah,
as well,
same
people
thing.
parking
Yeah.
up there.
Oh, and
Yeah.
there's-
Sure. Sure.
It'd just be another pocket. They'd have to go down and look. for
Yeah.
people.
Unfortunately, it's come to that.
So I just want to say thank you guys for your input and
Thank
take your
you.
time to
Yes.
share your experiences that you have in the park and coming up with
Well, we
a good
appreciate
solution.
The cooperation, you know, because it's, of course, we live it, it's our backyard, and it's a little frustrating, and I apologize to Carlos all the time, because I'm always sending him pictures, but he said he wants them.
Yeah.
Colette says they want pictures.
Yeah, we get them often.
So I have some, and I have a police report just this afternoon with some kids on little dirt bikes.
Mm.
It wasn't a pretty sight. Police came, they were riding, and we've got pictures and videos of them tearing through the park
Mm.
today, this afternoon.
Now, I'm thinking unfortunately, probably what we're talking about probably isn't gonna stop those
They
little
won't-
bikes from
they won't
getting through
stop
there.
them, But I made a police report and I have a case number, so it'll be,
Yeah,
I mean, there's proof that we need,
Sure.
like Pat was mentioning, like no motorized vehicles. I mean, not that it's gonna stop them, but
Mhm.
you know, legally, it's.
Sure.
Yeah, or even I'm thinking on that interior gate, no unauthorized motor vehicles.
That would be. a good-
Because that
yeah,
allows the neighbor to still
Yeah,
access it technically,
Mhm.
because he's authorized.
Yeah.
Or would be.
Yeah,
That's a good.
sure.
point.
Yeah.
thank
Sure.
you.
So, Director, do you need like a motion from us really just to approve that second gate?
No, just
No?
it's more of an FYI to
Yeah.
let you know we're moving forward with those.
Good.
That sounds
Those
great.
pieces.
Sounds real
Yeah.
good. All right.
Commissioner McDonald, any questions, concerns?
No, I like the plan a lot. Sounds really good. Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Great plan moving forward. Okay, next up, we have Kitsap Lake Park renovation.
Okay, last month we talked with you about the parametrics work that we needed to take through council. And so went and spoke to council at their study session, and then last week council did approve that change order for parametrics. So they're moving forward with their design of the irrigation, and then with the design of the let's see, the design of the stormwater runoff trench. And let me do a share here. And I showed it to you last week, but just to kind of refresh. I know you probably don't look at these things as much as we do. Oddly, even though we pay you a lot. So just to reiterate that,
Yes.
what we'll be doing is we'll be, putting in basically a metal graded trench drain that will go all the way across over to where water's coming from, this side and catch it before it runs off this way and then collects it and brings it all the way over. I met with the Kitsap Lake Neighborhood Group last week, talked to them about all the updates that, the changes that we're planning to do, the timing of everything. They're really happy. They were involved initially when we met out there, and we were looking at doing some troubleshooting as far as, okay, how do we address this? We've tried two versions. First one didn't work really at all, which was our least expensive. We were hoping to get away with that. And then we made a modification, which has in turn helped with water collection, but has caused issues with the ramp. So this is really the ultimate solution. And I think we'll look intentional once it's completed,
Cool.
which will be good. Spoke with the PFIP committee, which is Parks, Finance, Investment, and Parking Committee. So there's 3 council members that are on that. So what we do anytime before we take things, we haven't been involved with a committee in a while. And that was part of council's concern, is that they felt like communication wasn't happening from the department. I mean, I think you guys had heard it too. And I think at least just being connected here, now we've got 3 council members that are listening and hearing what we're
Great.
doing. So
Awesome.
it's made a big difference, because anytime we go and speak at the council study session, they say, yes, it did go to committee. And we did
Nice.
discuss it. So talked with them today about, this is Red Side's change order. So Red Side is basically the primary on this project. And then they'll be subbing out the actual installation portion of it. So that will go to council October 8th. And then for their study session, so for the full council to hear, and then they'll decide whether it goes on consent or an active agenda item for the 15th. So then once that happens, then we can move forward with, Red Side's already reached out and received multiple bids, and so we know who we're gonna go with. And then just move that forward, and everything still falls under the overall project budget. And then any questions on this portion of it?
Is the boat ramp still open?
Yes, and so the
Okay.
timing of this work will probably be, I would guess, November or so. That was
Seems
one
slow.
concern,
Yeah.
is that the neighborhood group wanted to get their boats off the
Yep.
water
Yep.
and use our ramp
Sure.
before the work was completed, and that was the plan
That was
anyway. but-
addressed and
Yep.
good. Mitigated then, so. perfect. Commissioners have any questions or comments on that?
Looks good.
I
And
guess,
Colette,
Yeah,
do you
sounds
want to?
great. Oh, yeah, Commissioner
Yep.
McDonald, please.
yeah, regarding the timing, Tim, how do we get notification out to the people on the lake that have boats that might want to pull them out and just didn't know when we were gonna close the ramp?
Yeah, so we'll do our best to, and I'll find out from Jay if how many of the boat owners or dock owners, private dock owners, are part of his email group. Because any updates we have or information that we share, he sends it out to that group. And even if it's comments on things that we're looking to do. So I'll work with him and find out, are there some that we think we're missing, and maybe we do a door hanger or something. Find a way to
maybe
get
a-
some information out. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe a press report to the Sun or something.
sure. Yeah,
Or
Yeah.
I'd suggest having Brian go out with a boat and some flyers, just on a nice day,
put
I
a,
love that idea, Jeff.
like a nice pretty like red or orange tag on their dock. Yeah, get their attention.
Sit at the park too.
Yeah, we would post it there. But yeah, no, good suggestions. Brian hasn't been out in our boat yet this year, so he's
Oh,
due.
man.
Maybe once it starts
Late in the
raining, we'll
season.
send him.
Yeah,
out.
right.
Yeah, I'm a blackmouth fisherman.
All right, great. Any other?
To get 2 to 3 concepts for the.
Cool.
Put together a little social media video and with the concepts. I've requested them for October 10th, so the following week. And getting people's input through survey monkey, because not everyone's able to come to a.
Sure.
a meeting. So
Sure.
the goal is to get the input that way. And so once we have that, we'll send it to you and you can send it around. Then at an upcoming commission meeting, we can review those results.
All right, any other questions or comments? Perfect. All right, moving right along, new business.
Maybe not moving right along. We have something addition that we were just gonna show you within staff reports
Oh, okay.
that isn't necessarily on there.
All right.
So, in lieu of our all-star leaving soon, in like within the next hour, probably. He's probably at a, yeah.
He's already.
He's probably at the airport right now in a lounge or something. What we've talked about internally to start help recruiting, because Amy most likely will be dropping in December. Is we've created a little video that we'd love for you to share. But just kind of wanted to show you, we're going to start looking at doing a lot more. I mean, we've already been showing you some social media things that we've been working on. But we also are going to start our Instagram page. Nobody in the city has an Instagram page, but we just kind of feel with like our quick little short videos that we've been doing a lot of filming of, that those would be perfect for Instagram. But this is a video that we created to help with recruitment of commissioners. Can you see it, Jim? It's
Just
not
really
playing yet.
small. Okay.
Oh, okay. I got it on full screen. Or maybe, yeah.
Maybe it's something I need to click on here.
Does it look like it's in a folder, or are you seeing is?
Yeah, it looks like I can see the video on just a very little box, but it could just be I have very
I
slow
wonder if
internet.
he's seeing I wonder if he's seeing the. Let me check. Yeah, he's probably just viewing the folder. So let me try something else. Let
And
me.
this hasn't been posted yet, but probably tomorrow.
No, this is the
Facebook, so.
world premiere. Besides showing it to staff this morning. Okay, I'm gonna try something else, which I'm sure will work.
I can fake it too.
Okay, how about that?
Get really close.
I got it. I got it.
You got it? Okay,
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
That was not on your side. That was our side. Okay, here we go. Commissioners are so happy.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It is perfect.
Yeah, love that. Yeah, sure.
It's normally not choppy. I downloaded it, so I don't know why it's still choppy, but one thing that was suggested this afternoon was for us to just add the link to the
I'll do the
where it's at on the,
description.
yeah. You could do it in the description.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Perfect.
little video.
That's great.
And if my face on there doesn't work, we may have to rely on others.
No, that's good. That's great.
No wedding.
What's that? Yeah.
No wedding pictures.
No, those are later. Yeah, those are in later slides. So right now we currently have 2. Tomorrow morning we'll have 3. And then January 1, if we don't fill any, we'll have 4. Which if you don't want to meet for a while, you could find a way to stop anybody from applying. But yeah, so what our plan was initially when we were looking at this 6 months ago, I didn't really want to bring anybody on in the middle of the pros plan and have them just try to get caught up. And so they'll inherit a plan that has been created. I'm sure we have one application, but we want to kind of wait a month or so and see what else we can get.
But I like the idea, it doesn't, of the representation mirror in the districts and where are the council members in terms of recruiting for this?
We can try to do that. That was brought up during our meeting this afternoon by Jane Revelowski, and she didn't know for sure how positions were selected. We can, let's say we get 10 applications, we could kind of look and see, and really it's a recommendation from the department to the mayor, and the mayor makes the full recommendation to council. But we could look at their involvement and locations of where they live. I mean, I think ideally you have a good cross section of people in the community, and you don't have everybody from East Park or
Sure.
one particular location or one type of interest group.
I think that'd be really good for a number of reasons, because it also, that person, if they're recommended by a council member, might have the ear of that council
Yep.
member when we're talking back.
Yep, and I thought I heard that today, that council would help get the word out.
Yes.
But yeah, I think if they can promote it in their district meetings, that would be very helpful.
Maybe look at what representation we have now and where the gaps and obviously are, so we can see
Yep.
who to target on the council.
Yep. So I'm trying to think, you're District 2 and you're 4, 5.
3. All right. Manette.
Yep.
3.
3,
Yeah. And then
3, 4, 5.
Manette.
Tim, could you post that video on BCAT?
Yeah, we can talk to Colleen about getting it on their page. Yeah. Yep.
Is there any kind of approval process that you have to go through with the city before you post things on our website? Or is it
On the website.
like on the city website?
Yeah, on the city website, it goes through the IT department.
Okay,
But on our social media, no.
it's you.
I mean, I think there's kind of guidelines.
Sure.
Actually, AJ does our posting mostly.
Okay.
We didn't have control of that before. Everything
Yeah.
had to go through Kelsey and IT.
Yeah.
And we wanted to be able to do some Facebook Live videos or kind of some instant on-site type stuff.
Sure.
And departments have the ability to do that.
Awesome.
Kelsey's just there to help if needed. So like if you go on our social media and you see an ad put together for this meeting, Kelsey developed that. So I copy her on when I send the agenda and minutes out to the group.
Yeah.
And so then that prompts her to create what needs to go in the meetings, upcoming meetings and things on the website. And then she automatically creates a social media post related to it for both the city Facebook page, I think, and the department page. So she is involved, but we have more flexibility in control of the social media.
Is that something you could share with the commissioners, once like you get the green light to put it out there?
The video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I'd love to share that with some people.
Absolutely. Yep.
I'll just post it.
Yeah.
on Facebook.
Perfect.
Yep. Yeah, I can just,
Cool. Yeah, I think that's great.
Oh,
Thank you for
that's right,
putting that
yeah.
together, and I'm all for that. And
Yep.
get some new blood in here.
I just like the videos in general.
Yeah.
The quality.
Visual's good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they've been great during the pros plan, all the little site visits that you get.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're amazing.
it's just a huge help too, all the visual. 'Cause,
Sure.
I mean, we were going through 20 parks in a meeting or
Sure.
something
Sure.
crazy.
Sure.
And it's like, we can't all get out there. And,
Yep.
it just helps. And then it creates a record for us in the
Mhm.
future too.
You know, like that part 6 where you had really kind of so beautiful.
Mhm.
That was.
Yeah.
That was really, and the pictures.
Yeah.
I think some people on the council probably haven't seen several of those parts.
Oh, for sure. Yep. Probably not. Yeah.
Well, thanks for throwing that in there tonight. That was perfect. Appreciate it. Okay, so next up now we have new business, pros plan update, review of the public process.
Yeah.
Director, please.
On that note, on the pros note,
Thanks, Pat.
Thank you.
let's see. We are going to go through each page in the entire 2026 pros plan now.
We're ready.
No, we're not.
Signing out.
Give me a break. Yeah.
Jim just dropped
What-
off.
Let's see, what song was that we were gonna play? What was that song we were gonna play?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
What a fool
the
believes.
plan tonight was to summarize as opposed to get into further detail, because I'm pretty sure you guys have seen enough. So these are, I had done can you see the slide, Jim?
Not yet.
Uh,
I see the file you're trying to bring up.
the folder?
I saw the folder. Now
Okay, oh, maybe I need to do it like that, and then go back to here. And then share. How about now?
I got it. Thank you.
Okay. So I had done a presentation. I'm a part of the Lions Club, and they had me on the agenda to give an update for the pros plan and kind of a summary of the survey process. And the week or 2 weeks after my daughter's wedding, I showed up to a meeting. I wasn't presenting at that one, but they were upset that I didn't have wedding pictures. And so the next week I was presenting, and so I had like 6 slides on the pros plan and like 12 wedding pictures. That 12 wedding slides, which were after the pros plan, and like about 4 slides in 20 minutes in, one lady raised her hand and said, "When are we going to get to the wedding pictures?" So, so that's Colette left a couple slides with wedding pictures in. So this is my daughter in the middle that got married, McKenna. And then this is my youngest daughter, or my other daughter, Addie, who's a sophomore at Boise State. But Kenna just graduated last year from Whitworth and lives in Port Orchard now.
Where was this? Where are they at? Where's this wedding at?
This is on Alex, the groom's, his mom's property
Cool.
in Port Orchard.
Awesome.
They have about 3 acres there that.
But the point is, we want to get more of these in the parks, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you're
We're
like,
open for
you
business.
just
All
paid
right.
for a wedding in Port Orchard. How does that
Yeah.
support local? I get it. You also have heard that the brides control the weddings, right? So I was not going to argue with her. Okay, so just real briefly on this slide, obviously you all know that the 4 key plan elements, reasons why we do this, is to update our inventory of our park system, as every business kind of updates their inventories, so we know what's there, what's necessary, what's going to be needing to be done moving forward. Gathering citizens' input. Obviously, we are funded from property taxes, so the voice of the people is extremely important to us. And we don't want to put amenities in parks that aren't wanted either.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure our funding is going in the direction that it needs to go and is going to make the biggest effect. Helps us maintain grant eligibility. You'll see, we have the 6 and 12-year capital plans in there. Those are extremely important when we are going for grant funding, to show that there's been a process in place and we've gathered public input and the commission has supported an idea and the council supported an idea. And so the community's fully behind. That really helps with with scoring of grants that we submit. And then obviously I can't remember if we've talked to some extent of, planning for the future population growth, and what that might look like if there's annexations that are going to be occurring, and to what extent, for planning. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So this, it's a bummer the top is kind of cut off, but this is basically public comments. So this is just a slide to show the many different ways that we've reached out to provide to gather input. So these are just various, whether they're the pros plan video that we created with BCAT, which was a great video. And then just advertising our separate meetings. So all of these meetings we've advertised as pros, part of the pros process, and to please come and share your input. So it does note like 9 social media posts, but a lot of those were reposted as well. So we've had quite a bit. And then obviously the 900 survey responses. I really think that between social media and really getting the flyer information to the school district hugely helped us, because we tripled what we brought in last 6 years ago
Nice.
as far as community feedback.
Amazing.
So I really attribute that to that. So this just kind of gives you an idea of, obviously different routes that we've taken to promote and get things out. It doesn't, necessarily limit, because there were different presentations that were made to different groups. I went into 4 different groups at the middle school and had kids hand fill out surveys as well. So then we kind of got some direct comments back from youth, which was great. This for upper left, how important do you think Bremerton Parks and Rec system is to life in Bremerton is to us seems like a dumb question, but it's extremely important, and it really can be telling as far as some of the responses we see later on is, despite the fact that everything costs money and we need funding to continue to do what we do in the community, to be able to see that 96.7% of those that filled this out really truly feel that what we do is important to their life in Bremerton. That's a huge number. Typically you may see 80 to 85% as far as a response rate. So to have essentially 97% supportive of what we do, that's huge. That's a big deal. On the right-hand side, something we had kind of gone through a little bit too, just kind of talks about as far as responses. And I believe this takes into account both written responses and comment and check boxes. But these are kind of the top 11 priorities as far as what responses we received, in seeing how many people had interest out of those 900. And not everybody filled out every question, but really just does give us a lot of information, and we really can kind of justify all of them. I mean, roller skating facilities was questioned by one council member saying, is that really true? Or did they just have their 40 people, respond? And really the narrative there on the side with the skating rink closing in 2017, that was a lot of the comments made reference to the fact that they want to see a skate facility back. And again, it kind of goes to some of Kenny's comments too, is, again, a bike polo facility didn't make the list, but, bike polo, roller skating, all these different potential outdoor, you could do futsal, soccer on it too. So a soccer ball you could do, but a surface like that is potentially important to this community. And whether that needs to be a city driven project or a partnership with a private entity, that's something that, we want to continue to look at, and whether we're helping them locate a spot or utilizing something that we have, that's something that we'll be, looking at. And pickleball courts, obviously pickleball's big. That's going to be a trend that's going to continue to grow. I did in the PFIT meeting earlier today, I did tell them that starting to see some, there was a lawsuit recently that was settled in Boise between a 2 different neighborhoods and the pickleball courts at the parks. The public won that lawsuit, and so the city's having to remove those 2 separate facilities, partly because they did not go through a public process to place them there,
did.
The recommendation from the National Overall Pickleball Organization says you should build a court no less than 400 to 500 feet from housing because of the decibel issue and noise. One of their facilities in Boise is 58 feet from the closest home. So they built it kind of in a corner where there's a number of houses. So that was kind of interesting. We don't have dedicated pickleball here. We have lines at Manette,
Mhm.
which, there's housing within 80 feet of the court there. Plus you have concrete and rock wall there, so the sound pops off of that. Lions Park is even closer to the neighbor's housing, and not that we're gonna shut anything down, but just looking at even with pickleball facilities and watching the trends that are happening, it'll be interesting to see. Yeah.
Because there's that really sad tennis court in Forest
Yeah.
Ridge, and that would be an ideal location, but there's houses like.
Yeah, and I've had a couple people reach out to me and say, we'd love to see a pickleball court here. But it's literally sits on top of those houses too. Yeah.
Be difficult.
Yep. Yep. And there's, without getting too much into that
Yeah.
court case, but there's psychological ramifications from the inconsistency of the hitting of a pickleball versus a tennis ball. Really interesting stuff. If you're bored, I'll send it to you. But anyway, yeah, so really, really kind of good stuff. I mean, things that don't surprise us, locating a dog park, another dog park on the east side, that was something that was very popular. Park safety and cleanliness is going to be a theme throughout, as we know. And I think that kind of we'll go kind of to that question 6, which is another good positive for us. Even looking at the A and B, which is above kind of what the norm is, we're almost at 50% of the responders felt that our facilities, as they currently sit, are above average, which is a really good number. And even between A, B, and C, including average, that doesn't leave very much as far as they feel that we're below average or far below average. And I think a lot of those comments can probably be attributed to concerns with maintenance and safety, probably within the park system. And that's kind of what it states there is negative ratings were influenced by bathroom conditions, safety concerns, and encampments, which again was a common theme. Don't expect you to be able to read this, but this kind of shows you the current master plan, what was proposed for the 2020 to 2025, 26, whatever it says there. 2025. So it shows you the checked off marks are ones that have been completed, and then added the Kiwanis Park Playground because of the funding that was received there, and the great improvements that happened there, and then the 4 other items that are currently in process. So those are moving forward. Some of these are big dollar that don't have any action taken, are big dollar items. Just looking at like Harborside Fountain, Memorial Plaza Fountain, I mean, we could be looking at $500,000 for almost 20-year-old facilities that people absolutely love, and they come here, and it's interesting to just go down there and be at a meeting at the History Museum, but you can tell when someone's local or not local based on how they're walking through there. And there's a lot of people that are just in awe and love seeing that stuff, and we'd love to see it working properly. But again, we may be looking at $500,000 to bring those things up to current standards, so everything functions correctly. Combined community and senior center. I'm trying to remember if we have that on the 20-year, because we do feel that that's a lot of planning that we think that that's probably what our future looks like, is having and just for efficiency purposes, is creating a combined facility. But that's, so we kept that on there. We did move some things around. I think we tried to keep things more realistic as much as we could. And this is the proposed 6-year plan for capital projects. So carried over the items that we felt should be in there. And then, like, for example, instead of replacement of the senior center and the Sheridan Park Community Center, we have it listed as a Sheridan Park Community Center, Senior Center, Park Maintenance Facility Assessment. So figuring out what we have, what we really need, and what is the future of a combined facility like that look like. And then, as noted on the bottom, the items that are in red, because it's not in any particular order, the items in red were felt as being high priority items that needed to get resolved. Just again, kind of making reference to the planning side of things, needing to make sure that we're acquiring property and looking towards development that helps us continue to maintain our 10-minute walk standard to a facility. And then the estimated population with the current 2024 comp plan that's been completed says in 20 years, within our urban growth area and Bremerton, whether the city annexes in areas or not, is expected to be almost 77,000 people in 20 years. So needing to make sure that our park system can grow as that does. And so whether that's something where we look at, developers aren't big fans of them, and sometimes community development departments aren't, but potential requirements for developers to set land aside or to develop land or provide funding for the city to do that, to make sure that we maintain and create green space that's available to the public. So next steps. There's another way. Yeah. I think I am. I can't. Most of my immediate family's on the far right side. I might be over there somewhere. I don't know. I probably went home and went to bed by that point. So, yeah. So obviously tonight we have on the agenda for the commission to approve the draft plan. I will note, and I forgot to mention it earlier, had some commission members did provide us some comments, which were great. We didn't print those off and provide them here. A lot of it just grammatical, organizational type stuff. So we kind of assume that you're going to be supportive of us incorporating those things, and then we'll provide you a copy for you to be able to review prior to council looking at it. But
what's the quorum required?
4
We're
out of
Okay,
7.
so
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
We're there.
Yeah.
I started getting worried.
Yeah.
No,
we're good.
No,
we're good.
no, I wouldn't have gone through this if
Oh, yeah, yeah.
if you didn't have a question. Well, Jim, you there? Yeah. He looks like he's there still. Unless that's Jim's AI he created. Yeah, so
I'm not that smart.
So so tonight the plan would be for the commission to consider approving the draft plan, and then what that would do is that would lead staff to provide the proposed plan to the state agencies, so the Recreation Conservation Office, Department of Commerce, for their review period. Colette said typically they don't really have a whole lot to say, but it's something that is valuable for them to review and to know that we're completing this process. And then with that, at the same time, we'd be printing some copies for public to review. So I have copies here. It was suggested earlier to have some copies at the libraries for the public to be able to view. Have something at Norm Dix as well. we'll be providing them to, when it becomes public, to the council for them to start looking through. Addition.
So
as
Tim-
well. Yeah,
Tim, is this document known as the pros update, or is there like some formal title to it?
it would probably be the Bremerton Park Rec and the 2026 Bremerton Park Rec and Open Space Master Plan.
Well, then I would
pros
move
plan.
that we approve that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. I think, all in favor of approving the proposed pros plan? Please say aye. Aye. All
Did we
right.
get,
Well,
did
hey,
we get a second?
gonna pass unanimously.
Uh,
Well, see you later, Jim.
yeah, so, just real briefly, we'll be taking it to council on the 12th of November to provide a presentation to them. They'll see a lot of slides similar to this. It would be extremely helpful for the public hearings if we have some commissioners that can make it to those meetings to provide testimony, comments, whether you want to represent, whether it's having Ben or someone represent a voice from the commission and speaking on behalf of the commission, or if individual members want to make comments. It would just be really nice to show and have that support, and you can talk about how much we put you through this last year. So, so the plan is to have the council adopt it at their last meeting of the year, which would be December 17th. And again, part of the, we talked about this before, part of that push would be because we may have a number of council members different, or mayor different
Yeah.
in January. So we want to get this through with this current group that's aware of the project. So I'm done, Jim.
Perfect.
You did good.
Where are we thinking like here for those public hearings, Director?
The public hearings will be at Norm Dix, and they will be at 5:30 PM. It's their regular council meetings in December. So they're on Wednesdays at 5:30 PM.
Oh, those will be the public hearings?
Yep.
There you go, okay.
Yep.
Third Wednesdays. I could definitely make myself available for this.
Yeah, it'll be the first and third Wednesday. Yep.
Cool. All right, any other commissioners have any questions or comments on the pros plan?
I'm excited.
Good one, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot of work, but thank you guys so much for all your input and support and putting up with. It was a lot of work. Yeah, it was a lot of work. We
You're
put
welcome.
a lot of yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Didn't have an option. No, it's been good.
Commissioners come in, if they aren't familiar.
Yeah, it would just be tough,
Yeah.
cause you feel obligated to, yeah.
They'd be
Yeah.
playing catch up big time.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, next up in new business, we have potential reschedule of October commission meeting. Director,
Yeah.
you wanna-
So, that the regularly scheduled meeting in October, Colette and I will be out of town. And so the two options we were looking at, and knowing that we combined November, December also, which is usually the first
Yeah.
Tuesday in December, which
Yeah.
would be the day before the first public hearing. So that would be on December 2nd.
Second, yep.
We would like to propose moving the meeting to November 4th. If that works, if not, we could go a week before the regular meeting, which let me see what the date that is. Just because November, it would kind of, instead of having, it would shorten the time frame, and we'd probably be able to give a little more feedback on the playground.
October 21st.
Yeah, so either October 21st or November 4th. Yeah.
No, here, over here.
I'm fine with the 11-4.
Yeah.
And then we would still do on December 2nd.
Yep. Yeah, that would be our combined November, December meeting.
All right, so I will make a motion to move our regularly scheduled October meeting to Tuesday, November 4th. And then the other part of my motion will be to make our combined November, December meeting Tuesday, December 2nd at 5:30, right here in beautiful Sheridan Park.
It'll be dark. Is that it?
That's.
I second it.
All right. All in favor of approving the reschedule of October and the combined November, December meeting, please say aye.
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 Hi,
All right. All right, and that will pass unanimously.
Chairman Ben,
Yes.
I'm not sure if we end up having to call those special meetings instead of regular meetings. Maybe you can just look at that before you publish them. Because of the way
Okay,
we're set
special
up
meeting.
with ordinance. Our ordinance says our meetings are on these dates, and so I think when we
Yeah.
change the date, we would call it a special meeting.
A special meeting, okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
trying to
then you-
remember too, because I think the bylaws allow you to change it, but I
Yeah.
agree too, Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We just need to make sure it's
Yeah.
called the correct thing.
Good call, Commissioner.
yeah, and then you would cancel your regular meeting.
Yeah,
Yep.
That
And
sounds-
I thank you for doing both at the same time.
yeah.
So then we don't have to do one and then
No, we don't have to do it
do
again.
it again. We can
Yeah.
just,
Handled for the rest of the year.
yeah, do them both at once.
Cool. Okay, next up, we have commissioners' comments, and I was gonna start tonight and just thank Commissioner McDonald for being just the dedicated civil servant he has been for the city of Bremerton for a very long time. Yeah,
Thank you,
thank you,
Ben.
Commissioner. You've
Thank
worn a
you
lot
very
of
much.
hats, buddy. Appreciate you.
Well, thank you.
I had a quick question. Did we get any, did we give any feedback to PSE on the parking that came up at last month's meeting?
Yes, good question. We did, and I communicated with them. And they said they were willing to look at the redesign, but then they also wanted to verify that when the 4 stalls were taken up, that was for their construction use only.
Oh,
So I read it as that would be the
Yeah, we
full
were miss-
design.
yeah.
So they are looking at narrowing it down, but we at least saved one automatic
okay.
just
Oh.
because the way their display
Alright.
was. So I've been communicating with them
Cool.
as recent as yesterday.
Great. So maybe
On
we'll
that.
get a new proposal here in a
Mhm.
month or two. And
Yeah.
cool. Perfect. Okay, great. Thank you for answering my question. All right, Commissioner Weigel.
I have 2 questions. When I was reading over the pros plan, it says drinking fountains. And I've seen in some of the parks, they also include a dog watering. I know that it's a higher cost, but in the new part or the parks that are getting updated, would that include a dog watering option on the bottom? Just, we all walk a dog, so. And is the boardwalk, I know that there's been bricks that have been sold and there's still some spaces down there. Does that go to the park or is that the city or is that the marina? So could we sell more bricks or push getting some more bricks sold to raise some money? So those are my 2 questions about
questions.
that. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, typically if we can in development process, we don't do bottle filters here as much as I've seen others.
Yeah.
But I think we try to incorporate as long as the budget allows
Yeah.
the dogs. I was paying up to $8,000 for those. I don't know what it is for the combined ones. It's, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so like Haddon's a good example. We
Yeah.
put a dog one in,
Yeah,
but I think that's kind of the goal.
okay, yay.
Yep.
All right, Commissioner Dawson.
Nothing to add today.
All right. Last but not least, Commissioner McDonald, send us home.
All right, thank you. Yes, parting is sweet sorrow. have mixed feelings about not being with you in the future, but I'm really stoked to have Tim as our Parks Director. I hope he can stay till he's old and retired. 'Cause I think he does a great job. And for Brian, you know, he came in and we threw him into the fire and he came out as prime rib. So he's really good hire there. And
Yeah.
Colette has been a rock ever since I've known her before Lions Park redesign, which was, I'm not gonna say how long ago, because it might give away her age. And then for my commissioners, Ben, you've been a rock and I appreciate your leadership. And that you're sticking with it. And I love the way you run the meetings and the way Catherine backed you up. And I came in with both Catherine and Greg, and you guys are both just really good park commissioners. I'm happy you're sticking with it. And you haven't heard the last of me. I'll just say that.
All right.
Public
Thank you for your
comments.
service. Thank you
Yeah.
for your service, guys. It's great.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, just real briefly, Jim, I've appreciated conversations we've had and email communications, and just your insight into things has been extremely helpful. So thank you for that. We will miss you, but I know you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So we'll find a good spot for you.
All right, thanks.
All right. All right, with that, meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy the cabin.
Later, Jim.
All right, well, bye-bye.
Take care.